Well, that's right. We have the logistics sector in focus, and because of that, we spoke to TCI Express Management Chander Agarwal this morning. Sources have told ET now that a massive scheme is in the works, and it could result in an overall 5% cost-cutting initiative for the entire logistics sector. On the back of that, various ministers from different ministries, commerce, aviation, logistics, have been meeting to discuss the proposed measures and what might be the most effective way to translate benefits to logistics players. So in order to understand the issue a little bit better, we, like I said, caught up with Chander Agarwal, and he's of the view that there's 2 or 3 things that the government could be looking at in order to help the logistics players out with the high cost burden that they currently carry. The first and foremost would obviously be fuel prices. We all know that petrol and diesel prices in Maharashtra and Mumbai have been inching up higher and higher. Of course, the same issue is prevalent in other states as well. So it seems that they may be considering a fuel discount, maybe just for logistics players, or they might be looking at certain measures by which prices of the fuel can come down. The next thing is toll plaza reduction. So we all know that there's a lot of tolls that need to be crossed when you're driving things around the country, and it seems that this burden might also be reduced. Government might be voiding certain tolls for logistics companies, or removing them altogether, or definitely at least dropping the rate that logistics players have to pay when crossing into or crossing borders across various states. Finally, GST on trucks is another thing that would really help. If you could somehow find a way to bring down the GST payable, that would also be a tremendous benefit to the sector. Then, talking about the prospects that lie ahead, particularly for TCI Express, he spoke about the vaccine, obviously, which is creating a huge opportunity. In his view, for the country the size of India, which historically has very well been introduced to vaccine distribution. We've had diseases here like polio, tuberculosis, HIV, for which obviously we've had to come up with vaccines, right? Hepatitis, the whole range. And these vaccines have had to be transported across the country in special conditions. So he's of the view that this last mile delivery will only happen via road. There's only certain points to which air cargo can travel. From then on, road has to be the medium. And according to him, TCI Express is pegged well to benefit from this, because the primary competitor, Gati, is currently struggling with a loaded balance sheet. So in that sense, he feels he's the preferred pick. He also believes he's going to be able to offer the best pricing, given that he's in a better financial condition than a lot of his peers. Of course, we've heard companies like Snowman also attempting to get on the cold chain. But of course, if you look at size and scale, TCI Express wins hands down. So he talked again further about how cold chain on aircraft is a very nascent science, and that it's easier to execute on road. Of course, he's not heard anything from the logistics ministry just yet. He's waiting to hear, and he's waiting for them to clarify on what exactly this scheme that's being highly talked about is going to translate into for logistics players. But based on the overall macroeconomic environment, the company's strong position financially, their great distribution network, and also their prowess in other logistics sectors like high-value cargo, where they compete with Blue Dart, the outlook for TCI Express looks quite solid in Mr. Chander Agarwal's view.